Education. What comes to your mind when you hear the words school or classroom? Do you find it interesting? To me personally, it was the school. Literally school, 6 cruel hours of our learning. Burden in the classroom, learning stress out, daily workout, examinations, and grading to every single lesson. As Sally said, 11 years I put myself in school education. Honestly, I forget all. And I'm not really sure that I'm not this way forget alone. This happens to almost all students. And approximately 34% fresh graduation are highly rated the same, based on 2023 Central Statistics Council. We feel as like our education does. In this open case, how can we achieve goal of education for sustainable development? And how school take this movement? That is how I bring my speech to talk about. Nowadays, the competitive sense of students to compete international competition seems like creating a bitter fight on behalf of innovations. It definitely becomes a big deal that demands each every single student to improve their own competence and self-quality. But the realm tells different. The majority of school methods always give priority to academic and its material, in which those are 3 components of students to survive within globalization. And here are the reasons. First, the importance of ethics cannot be ignored in many lines of life, including practicing it in the world of education. Because ethics will have to set the standard about what is acceptable and what is not. Ethics in education must be accessed by both teachers and students. Ethics can be guidelines that influence behavior so that students can make the right choice. It helps individuals easier to abide by rules and have responsible act. It can repair student input and output that now puts moral degradation as one of the problems. Second, critical thinking is an ability to think rationally and analyze problems objectively. The ability to think critically is very needed in facing up the globalization era, which has various kinds of tight competition. Our young generation who fit the critical thinking will be the generation that is persecuted as extraordinarily smart, who can take rapid actions, initiate creative movement, and to sustain development. And last, rhetoric is important to build good communication in nearly environment. Having good networking, public speaking skill, and quality to leadership are highly standard to achieve greatness for students in education field and workplace after study, which can open wider access for them to become outstanding output of education as our always for school to fix unemployment. Furthermore, teacher and education system are taking important part to repair students from their missing line and make them ready to contribute their sustainable development. Teacher should be role model for students academically and emotionally. Another manner, they should be able to give interactive teaching for students, like problem posing, discussion, lesson warm-ups, and learning hobbies. Making students feel included more to the education, so that students' curiosity and the willing to solve problems begins to grow. In better way, through being role model and giving interactive learning, those all called make students' rhetoric appears with their ethic and creative development. So that we seriously have to put much attention to this. According to Larry King, successful people are successful speakers. So, I plead for all teachers and educational management to put more efforts in terms of gaining better education system. The sooner we acknowledge that our current methods aren't working as they should, the sooner we can repair much more things. And in the end, the education could address not only students' academic performance, soft skill, but also emotional building, which can help them sustain more education benefits and work fields. In sum and substance of this matter, on behalf of learner, believe that our future is in our hand and schooling system. The only way we can take progress is to confess the education orientation and work better. We need fundamental change of perspective and attitude towards school. Ethic, critique, and rhetoric are only the instrument. The true class is in us and our free will of learning. There will be huge challenges ahead of us. long sacrifice, and all sorts of things we learned in past. And in the end, there always be us alone to survive. So, let's become extraordinary teacher and student for our education. Bill Gates said, in changing the world, education is the best preparation for being able to adapt. I rest in pride and thank you very much.